Welcome to Frog TV's FAQs. I'm Adam Baker. Guys, each week I'm bringing you some of our most frequently asked questions and getting the best responses from our leading travel consultants here at Costa Rican Vacations. If you have a question for us or the team, please let me know in the comments box below and I'll get straight back to you personally. This week's question: how much does an average trip to Costa Rica cost? And what about eating and drinking? Let's find out. Well, what's an average trip to Costa Rica cost? And what about dining out and eating out? How do I mix all that together with Costa Rican Vacations?
Yeah, I mean, generally for the types of hotels that we work with, and we don't do anything really on the low end we don't do the Airbnbs, the hostels, or 1 and 2 star locations, but we generally say to start out between $1,300 and $1,700 per person, not including your international flights, but that will include your hotels, your tours, and your private transfers for about a 7-day, 2-destination trip. And then we can go down a little bit if you're a bigger group and you're putting more people in your rooms, or we can go up if you want something a little bit more luxurious in the 4 to 5 star.
Yeah, like you say, it really depends on the
and then
what you're looking for and where you're staying.
Exactly, and with regards to the second part of your question, for the meals, it's really going to be dependent on how you want to experience Costa Rica. Most hotels in Costa Rica only include the breakfasts, so you're on your own. The tours will include the lunches. You'll be on your own for dinners, either at the hotel restaurants, or you can go into town. Costa Rica is really nice, safe. But some people do want that all-inclusive experience. So what we'll do is we'll combine the 2 destinations with, the volcano or the cloud forest, where there aren't any all-inclusive restaurants, and then finish up at an all-inclusive in the beach, so you can have a cocktail or 5.
Exactly. Anastasia, maybe you can talk more to that point about the actual value of staying in a boutique hotel. And actually, like Aaron says, having your breakfast included, maybe lunch included on a tour, than having the flexibility to have dinner at the hotel or somewhere out and about.
Well, yeah, and that's what most people want to do while they're here. They're out exploring, they're out checking out local towns, going on tours, doing the zip lining, all that crazy stuff. And so it's kind of a waste of money if you're thinking, I'm going to spend, to have this all inclusive. But then I'm not really going to spend that much time on property. Or I'll have people say, oh, well, we want an all-inclusive, but we want to be near town so that we can go out and check out the nightlife. And it's like, well, then are you sure you want an all-inclusive? Because they're pretty secluded, they're kind of cut off from everything else. So I think that getting that local authentic experience, trying the local restaurants are just awesome. It's safe. You can drink the water. You're not going to get sick, So I do think that it's a much more authentic experience, and you really get a feel for the people of Costa Rica when you get outside of those resort walls.
For sure. Melanie, can you give me an idea about what I should be budgeting per person for maybe a lunch or a dinner?
Usually I say, like we were talking about earlier, Costa Rica has prices similar to the States. So a lunch here can be anywhere between $10 to $25, and then dinner can be, $20 to $35, but it depends on what you want. If you want to go to like a local taco stand, it's going to be a lot cheaper than going out to a steakhouse. And that's what the cool thing about Costa Rica is. The towns have a lot of options. So for example, in Arenal and Manuel Antonio and Guanacaste, you're going to find a little bit of everything. You can find a sushi restaurant, you can find just anything that you're looking for. And it's really safe and easy. What we do as consultants is send out our recommendations before arrival so that, people have an idea of what to look for and, where to go when they're here, so they're not coming to it blind.
Fantastic. Great information, guys.
1 week, let's say you did a split trip, like we were talking 3 nights in Arenal and then 4 nights at a beach location. I think you're looking anywhere from the, $1,000 a person and up, obviously depending on the time of year and the properties you stay at. But, I'd say that's a good starting point with a few tours and some of our, mid-range hotels there and up.
Nice. And Justin, if I was maybe a couple looking for a real luxurious honeymoon experience, 7 to 9 days, what's a higher end vacation going to cost me?
Yeah, well, I mean, the sky is the limit. Actually, ironically, there are times when I talk to clients that have an endless budget and we can't spend it. So Costa Rica does have a good value for the money, but I would say anywhere from $2,500 to $4,500 per person is going to get you a true 5-star experience.
Completely memorable.
Also, the time of year depends. If you're traveling Christmas and New Year's, all of a sudden that low end price point that Jake mentions, $2,000.
Yeah.
But I mean, a couple can get a really nice honeymoon for $500 to $7,500 almost any time of year, and have something that's high end by most anybody's standards.
Yeah, fantastic. And like you say about Christmas, get those reservations made in advance, and the same for the flights. The flights will go up a lot more as well. And then, Sebas, what about on a lower end? Maybe I'm a single traveler, but I'm still looking for Costa Rican vacations. What could I expect to spend maybe on a week, but with some 3-star property hotels?
Well, it's going to be very similar to the price point Jake was saying. We can do one destination with a couple of adventures. It's going to go around $1,000 depending on the time of the year. But that's the good thing about us, that we can customize everything, give you our advice, maybe change dates, change locations, and try to take the most out of the budget.
Fantastic. Well, you guys have been awesome. So there we go, guys. I hope you found those responses helpful. If you're looking for a more detailed response, please get in touch with me and I'll help you out as best as possible. As ever, please don't forget to subscribe by clicking just here to stay in touch with everything Costa Rica related and new content every week. For Frog TV, from all the travel consultants and myself, Adam Baker, hasta la próxima.